Hello friends and welcome to Change Again. As we change, the world changes with us. There are some changes that we often think about. Are these changes caused by us? Because these are the changes that we do not hope to see in the world. We have never expected that these changes would ever happen. But these are the changes that have happened, and they seem to grow at exponential rates. Sometimes we are alarmed by it, and yet we feel that we are nowhere responsible for it, and yet we think that our helplessness will not help. In a position where we stand like this, what can we do is a question that we all ask. And most of the times, our helpless answer is we don't know. One of the prime concerns today is the changing scene of crime. Sometimes crime is personal, sometimes it is social, sometimes it is at a level which impacts everybody at a national and international level. Crimes may be petty, but no matter what and how small they may seem, they are still crimes. What are our attitudes towards these crimes? What do we think about it? And does our attitude change the way crime interacts with society? Is a question that we would explore today. We have Brahma Kumaris Rajyoga Usha with us. Welcome to the show.
Om Shanti.
When we talk about crime, it is always seen as something negative. Nobody wants crime to happen. But yet it is a reality that it happens in everyday world. It might not be happening right now in front of our eyes, but it is happening right now somewhere else. So just because it is not happening in front of me does not mean that it is not happening anywhere in the world. So when we turn a blind eye to crime because we have not seen it, does not entitle us to be relaxed about it. What is crime? Why does it happen?
This shows that the mentality of people has become very vicious, I would say. And because of this viciousness which is in their minds, which is generating like the poison, and the poison is coming out. And sometimes we find that people enjoy doing these crimes. They feel it is a fun. We are using our intelligence, and they use their intelligence in that level, we can hardly think of it. So it shows how much the minds are perverted, completely negative. Highly intellectual students, they are using their minds in such negative way, like hacking and all that, and they enjoy doing that.
So crime does not actually come from an intention of hurting others. Most of the times, it could also be just for the sake of having fun.
Yes, for the fun. And in that they hardly realize that we are hurting so many people. We are damaging such a system that is in the society. We are creating like young children. When they watch such things on television or somewhere, they also tend to think in that manner. So we find that today the crime which people are doing, before there was like a greed. They had a greed of accumulating. Some people wanted to be like rich overnight, and that is why they used to commit crimes. But nowadays, sometimes it is not just to be rich, but to harm people, to see them like in pain, and they enjoy that. So this shows how much wickedness is filled in the mind, how much poison is there in the minds. That is why the crimes are increasing day by day.
It was famously said that poverty is the mother of crime. I must dare not say, but it is true that there are some famous criminals also in the line. Not only they were just criminals, but they were famous because of what they were doing. The most common example, often misquoted, is Robin Hood. He was said that he would loot money from the rich and give it and distribute it to the poor. So the heroism that was associated with it, somehow, I would not say inspired, but at least it motivated some people to take up crime. Yeah, it is easy way. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to do anything, but you're just grabbing it from them and
Giving it to others.
Giving it to others. You're just being a public distributor. This heroic sense makes it a person feel nice about himself, even though if he's doing a little bit of crime.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
So he used to think, okay, I'm not keeping it for myself. I'm giving it to the needy, to the poor, so nothing is wrong. So that was the feeling. But nowadays, this is also not there, that they are taking from somebody and trying to distribute it to others. No. They are keeping that money, and young generation, young boys, highly intellectual, but when they commit cyber crimes, they loot a lot of money, and just from people's banks, the whole amount is being transferred and it goes somewhere else.
True. Like you said about cybercrime, earlier the definition of crime was theft, murder, burglary, rape, violence of different kind. Now, people would want to create fake identities online, and they would try to convince you that we are trying to give you these things, and they would try to lure you into something. They would say like, okay, if you invest this much of money into this, we will double it in, let's say, 2 weeks, 10 weeks, or 3 months, and people would take it.
Yeah.
And
this shows because of the greed, people get trapped into such things. So wherever there is greed, definitely it is not going to make people earn money fast and they can become rich overnight. Just try to understand that there is some plot behind this scheme, maybe. Nobody would give so much of money overnight or so much of interest overnight and do such things. Now, this shows that there is a trap, there is a plot, and we have to understand that plot. So it is better that if you cannot understand, if we cannot dive deep into the understanding, because they are to such an extent, they have thought about the pros and cons in such a way that it is beyond our imagination. We cannot even think to their level.
Because they have calculated everything. They have calculated how you would think, how you would react,
Yes.
and what would be the possible line of action if something like this would happen. So if they have committed themselves on looting someone or trying to cheat them or doing something, it is more like an organized crime now.
Yes. There was a message on WhatsApp that how people can deceive you. So it said that there was a person who went to a jeweler shop, and he told the jeweler, I have 2 daughters and I want them to get married, and so I need some jewelry. So do you want me to pay in cash or should I transfer the money in your account? Well, it is good if you can transfer it into my account. So he says, okay, first I'll transfer the money and then I'll come for the gold. So he transferred, the first day he transferred 15 lakhs into his account, and when he came the next day, he asked him, please check, did you receive the money? So he said, yes, 15 lakhs is already deposited. So he took the jewelry of 15 lakhs, and then when the person asked for his ID, he said, oh, I forgot my ID at home. Anyway, I have to come tomorrow also, so I'll come with the ID. So the next day also he said, today also I'll transfer about 15 lakhs of rupees, and then I'll come for the further. So naturally the jeweler also was feeling that he is an honest man. He first transfers the money and then comes for the gold. So the next day also he transferred 15 lakhs, and the next day also he came and he took some jewelry. And then the third day also, the next day also he gave an excuse for his ID, and the third day also he transferred 15 lakhs and he took more jewelry. 45 lakhs rupees jewelry. He took all that and he was gone. The fourth day, the policeman comes and catch hold of this person, that you have been cheating people.
The shopkeeper, you
Yeah.
mean?
That you are cheating people, that you'll send them to foreign lands to earn money, and you will do all the necessity arrangements, and for that you have taken 15 lakhs from each person. You'll give them a house there, you'll give them some work there, you'll give them whatever promises you have made. So he says, I didn't make any promises. But this is the account number where all the money has been transferred. So all those three people also came that yes, we transferred our money on this person's account. He gave us this account number, transfer it. Was it this person? No, he was not. He opened a small cabin, and anyone who would like to go to foreign lands can contact and they can get a job and everything. So for that, a shop was there, but today we go there, there is no shop. The shop is closed down, and this person's account we have transferred this money. So they caught hold of him that you must be connected somewhere to that person. He said, no, he came that he has a wedding, he wants his two daughters to get married. So everything was so well planned, and there is no trace of this person. Where he went, nobody can trace him.
Vanished in thin air.
Yes. So people are using their intelligence. If this intelligence is used in a positive way, we can create such a beautiful society. But today, because it is used in a negative way to deceive people, and everything done so planned, and this person becomes a victim because he had 45 lakhs rupees deposited in his account.
So he thought there was nothing going wrong.
Yeah.
It's not like he's cheating me.
Yeah.
But he was not cheating you in terms of money, but
Yeah.
he was cheating you more by making you partner in his
Yes.
crime, and you did not even understand.
Understand, yeah. Similarly, I saw on the Facebook, I saw that there was a lady who was like wearing a burqa type, and she was begging money. So there was a gentleman who was just coming, and he had to slow down his car because of the signal. So he thought, okay, she's a lady, let me give her some money. So he got out of the car and he opened his wallet, and the person came running and he snatched his wallet and went away. So he went running behind that person to catch hold of him. And here, that lady who was sitting for begging, she immediately got up, she got into the car, the key was inside, she ran with the car. And then this man, when he saw that his car is also gone, so he comes running again and he's calling the police. So as he takes out his mobile and is calling on the phone, the third one comes on a scooter and snatch away the mobile and goes away.
So now the person has nothing, nowhere to complain, nowhere to look at, and everything happened so quickly.
Very quick.
And nobody has time enough to comprehend what really happened.
So nowadays, people are afraid of standing to give help to somebody, because you don't know what, they're well dressed, well good people, but you can't see, because the one who went away running, he didn't see his face. The one who snatched away his phone was on a bike, so he was with the helmet, couldn't see him. And the lady was in the burqa, so he couldn't see the lady's face as well.
Many wise people have said this, that every person has an opportunity to bring about a change in themselves, to bring about a positive change in themselves. And each criminal must also have an opportunity to change. But when you look at things like that, you you feel suddenly that there is no hope, there is no change.
Yeah.
And now, in spite of all of these things, having a positive attitude towards criminals, as good as Mahatma Gandhi said that don't hate the criminal, hate the crime, but now we have come to a stage where it feels it is impossible not to hate the criminal.
Yes. Because they are doing this just for giving pain to people, giving troubles to people, so that they just, we can imagine that 9/11, how well planned it was done, and everything, and they don't care for the lives of people, and they are not getting anything out of it. By breaking the Twin Tower, what did they get? Nothing. So why did they do it? So all the crimes in today's world, whether they get something or not, but they enjoy giving pain to others.
So it is actually the mind which is at fault.
Yes.
So the crime first happens in the minds of people.
Yeah. As it is said, wars are born in the minds of people. So similarly, the crimes also are born in the minds of people.
And if we want to change?
Well, it is only through realization. Such things cannot be changed by force. It is only when the person gets a realization that he may change. But it is very difficult for him to get the realization here. But yes, if somewhere we are able to bring or create an awareness in them that, look, every karma that we do, every action that we do, there is a cause. So there is an effect. And if not today, the effect may be tomorrow. Maybe today they are enjoying in doing such crimes. But whatever actions they have done, they have to reap for those actions. And when they reap for those actions, it will be really painful for them. So the moment they realize this, the law of karma, law of action, maybe they can change.
So it is important that we develop a culture like this. Because I think even for a criminal, a human being, he also had parents and family and society and friends and everybody. I recollect on the last note that even the most popular dacoits, burglars, also prayed to God.
Yeah.
So it's not something that they do not have faith in God or anything, but it's only that perspective has to change.
Maybe because in the education system, when we educate the youngsters, let us not just bog them with the information, but let us make them really humans. And in one school, one college, young students, whoever new teacher would come in their class, they would bang so much and they would not allow the teacher to teach. So she smiled and she said, okay, let me become a student. And whatever you want to do, if you want to dance, if you want to sing, if you want, whatever you would like to do, you can do. So she gave them the freedom. Some students, they danced. One of them brought a violin and started playing the violin and enjoy. Slowly and gradually, she developed such a relationship with those students. And whenever she would come, everybody would become happy that now we will enjoy the way we want to. She would allow us. So she started knowing each one on the basis of their talents, on the basis of their arts. And she started handling them on the basis of that. Slowly and gradually, she developed that rapport with those students. That the students who were not willing to listen to her
now started liking her.
And And they started enjoying with her. And then when she's taught in that manner, they started listening to her. So first she had to listen to them and make them do whatever they wanted to do every day. Now every day, where are they going to bring out things from?
Good.
So some of the students came out with some such good things. And then when she started teaching, okay, nothing. So can I share something? So she started sharing in form of, like, she was teaching the lesson, but in form of talking to them. And they were listening to her. And that is how she changed the whole class. The principal of that school, all other teachers were wondering how she's able to manage them.
And how did this change happen was because of the change in the approach.
Yes.
How we approach these things.
Yes.
And I think as a society, if we are dealing with crime, it is time that we relook the approach in which we want criminals to change.
Yes, yes.
If we go on thinking that law would punish them and the correctional facilities would only punish them, I think that would not help. We would have to
Recently, I was invited in one of the jails where there were very hardcore criminals, and in Gujarat, Sabarmati jail. And you won't believe that these prisoners, they were allowed to give an exam. The value education course was introduced there, and some of the prisoners were really literate people. So they appeared for the value education course and they got a degree. You won't believe, the degree ceremony was organized in the jail. All the seniors would come there and they were granted the degree and everything. Slowly and gradually they invited me to give a discourse on Gita. Everybody started appreciating all the prisoners in that jail. Every day regularly the Gita session was organized. And when the Gita teachings were given, there was a change. And some criminals, very hardcore criminals, they are changing.
So it is quite possible that it is not something very impossible.
Yeah.
As much as a difficult task it might seem to us, but just by the changing of approach and how we deal with
Yes.
it, we can bring about a radical change. And I think you have been part of it and you have shared your experiences, and I think many people would agree. As much as we abhor crime, we think that there is an opportunity for change there as well. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
My pleasure.
Crime, as we all are afraid of, we must think that there is an opportunity that lies in this darkness too. As dark as it might appear, but there is a silver lining. Every person has an equal chance at change. Only thing is, it is now that we as a society must approach the changing crime with a changing approach. And I'm pretty sure that with our work and our hard efforts, change would come. No doubt it is certainly said, change is in the air. We'll see you again in the next episode of Change. Till then, take care.
हमारे YouTube चैनल गॉडलीवुड स्टूडियो को सब्सक्राइब करें और साथ ही हर नए वीडियो के अपडेट के लिए बेल आइकन को क्लिक करें।